On a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Ready.
Young wasting no time, right to the air. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and he just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. That throw by Young incomplete. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try to break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Now a second down throw for Young. Dancing to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they're going to give up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
3rd down, Young from the gun. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. A pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down. Ethan Evans on now to punt. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the NFC's leading rusher a season ago. Here's Saquon Barkley. And showcasing those strong legs on that run. Getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
They go play fake. Mahomes. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll bring up fourth. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Fielded at about the 28. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
Ready?
They go quickly here out to Moore. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately, so he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
But it's caught. Tompkins. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Young on 3rd and 2. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
First quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A first down throw for Young. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Niners very strong in that victory a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Watch out now. 50 series. Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Young. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Strike 2. Yellow, go. Black open. Ready.
Young on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. Young will set to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the 49ers will take over here just shy of the 30.
Intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them. But go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, they get to heal. You've got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, 43, 15. 15. Yellow. Easy.
To throw, it's Mahomes. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Attack!
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. The Niners at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Yellow!
2nd and 10.
Come back! Yellow!
Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. He's to the 15. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Niners 7, Bengals nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Kenneth Walker, his target, out of the backfield. And that'll make it third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Young to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side.
obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Taken in at the 22. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Yellow, yellow.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9.
Hero 15.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
On Sunday.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Touchdown 49ers. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the... And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys will take over at the 14-yard line in the red zone. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Yellow. Let's go.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play.
43.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So give him 5 yards there in the pitch and catch. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here's a 3rd and 14.
Yellow.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Prater's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Speedo blue. Green jacket. Set.
Now Young. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, 3 completions on 1st and 2nd down. It certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Yellow. Ultra.
Young to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
Ready. 52 blaster. Hut.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Looking to throw, Young. Throw out wide to Walker. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Ready.
They're going right back to Walker. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Jet sweep. Here's Olave. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. And defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They'll run on 3rd down with Brown. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
On the double.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Chop. 17. Black shot.
Here's Young. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a fourth down.
Here we go, set. Set, huh?
They'll run for it. It's Walker.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure. And boy, did it pay off in this case.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this quarter?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Ready?
Out of the gun, it's Young. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Flag 2. Drill 52.
Young working out of the gun. He completes it to Tompkins. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. From the red zone now, Young. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. To the right side, and he's got more complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. They'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Second half begins with a run from Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Mahomes now to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. Room past the 35, and he's all the way up to the 39-yard line that time. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
At the 39-yard line.
15. Attack.
Now here's Mahomes. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
15. Hey, 43.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Yellow. Hey, yellow. Hey, go. Hey, 57.
Mahomes going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Attack. 15. Hey, 57 colors. You gotta go right here.
Mahomes to throw once more. 20. He's got the first down and then some. Touchdown, 49ers. Amari Cooper, 46 yards. And the 49ers Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Prater for the extra point, and the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Niners 24, Bengals 2. Matt Prater set to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And Walker once more. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
First down, Cincinnati.
Trying the left side with Walker. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Throwing, Young.
At the 44-yard line.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Gain of 7. And this is 3rd down.
Young on 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. 2nd down, Young. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. To throw, Young. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just have been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Now Young on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Yellow. Hey, ribble it. Yellow. High down these two.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Taking it about the 16. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They run again with Walker. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
6, 7. Ready?
Now here's Young. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And the offense moving quickly to the line. First down, Young. Flushed out right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Going deep for Walker. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Ken Walker, 62 yards. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Second and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, 15. Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. That is caught. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 18 yards, first down Niners. Motion man is Schwartz.
Yellow. Here we go. Finish the game.
On first and 10, here's Mahomes. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Bengals are right back in this football game.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Black shot. Rail. Yellow. Hut.
Young. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Bengals on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be 3rd and 19. Young will set to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it go deep for Olave. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Let's go.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
5-2.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Eluding the pressure right. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. He's on his way.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Easy. 15.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important trying to rate.
Now the ball comes loose. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-yard touchdown run.
And the 49ers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
But coming through that time and stopping him for Jackson. Nice play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him down at the 1-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. Absolutely. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Patrick Mahomes punching it in from a yard away.
And the Niners have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th.
Extra point good by Prater. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Now they got to get to the line quickly.
A gain of 14. First down, Cincinnati.
Ready.
Back to Walker on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now 2nd and 3.
Walker with another carry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Come on, set. Trouble, 38. Yellow, line. Hut, hut.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Set, hut.
A gear for Walker running right.
Dances by him. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside.
10 cycles. Set.
Oh, Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll try for the first with Walker. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Attack!
Mahomes going to throw. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
Mahomes now to throw. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So the victory here for San Francisco. I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one.